Well, hello everybody and welcome. Thanks for sharing your valuable time with us today. My name's Andrew Twelftree and today I'm going to share something that's very close to my heart. This has helped me escape my situation and is giving so many others around the world a way out as well. So how are we going to do that? We're going to explain the new economic evolution of the world and what it can do for you. In essence, how to begin creating the lifestyle of a professional investor without a huge outlay of time or money. Now, I'm guessing this might not be your first information call on how to start getting some freedoms in your life. First thing I'd like to mention is if you've struggled or failed to generate any lasting passive income in the past, it's not your fault. The information you require to do it is not taught in our education systems around the world. In my view, that's completely deliberate. That's a whole other story. So unless you went and studied at university or had wealthy parents, how are you supposed to know? Personally, I wish I knew then what I know now, and I'm sure you feel the same. So if you've been worried that you haven't reached financial freedom yet, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right information and the right people to explain it. Now, the system, as we call it, schools, universities, TV, news, movies, parents, banks, governments, everything and everyone is there to make you go to school, get a good education, get a trade or a degree, get a good job and work hard for 40 to 50 years and you'll have a great life. Yeah, right. What does that really get you? Personally, I started out with a crippling debt from university fees. No time, no freedom, living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, I had to send the missus to work to make ends meet, and I was tracking towards retirement at 70 if I was lucky with failing health due to many years of stress in the workforce. If you've ever thought that the government and banks actually want you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. My goal for this call is to help two types of people. For those who've been working for 20 years or more and are not in the position to retire financially free, and also for those who are starting out, you will learn how to avoid years of stress and struggle in the workforce. So how are we going to do that? We're going to explain the new economic evolution of the world and how it can help you escape all those years of pain and suffering. But first, we need to do a disclaimer. NEEW are not brokers or advisors. Consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risk, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. But make sure they're smart and not just tax collectors like most. Now, that being said, who am I? My name's Andrew Twelftree. I'm a president within the NEEW organisation. I'm an international speaker, a private investor both inside and outside of the NEEW group. I'm a full-time online marketer and networker, but I never used to be. I used to be a civil engineer, working 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. You know, the 5:30 alarm would scream at you, hit the sleep button for 9 minutes, roll out of bed, through the shower, coffee, toast out the door by 5:49, or I'd catch the traffic. Arrive at 7, one phone in each ear, the boss and the labour force. Work back after everyone else had gone home to catch up on the paperwork and then drive home for an hour or so. That's not living, guys, that's surviving. I very quickly learnt to resent the time I spent at work instead of home with my family where I should have been. I'm obviously an Australian with my accent, and I live in the Philippines by choice. I'm also a cryptocurrency enthusiast. I'm also a global investment portfolio co-owner, which is one of the major things we'll talk about today. A few lifestyle shots from this year down the bottom. Obviously been to the UK, Malaysia, India, Belarus a couple of times. It's been a massive 2019 for me and many others, just like you can have the biggest year ever in 2020. But guys, it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. Not all that long ago, guys, everything had culminated to a point where I had $50 to my name to eat for 2 weeks. I was living in a construction yard awaiting a flight back to the Philippines. The only place I could get internet was resting my computer on that bin, and you can see my office desk there, an upturned esky. I sat there for 12 to 18 hours a day building this, or starve. Got through, obviously, and an interesting fact is most of my leaders today came from that 2-week period. Back then, we were on our innovative transport project. It had a limitation which made it struggle to realise the incomes we need. Now, obviously, we are the new group of companies. We sell education, the stuff we don't learn at schools. When we do, we generate revenue. Half of that went to the innovative transport technology, and in return, we received equity ownership. Once our crypto unit program was officially announced, everything changed. And here's why. We still sell education. In return, we receive equity ownership in the global investment portfolio. Coincidentally enough, we are the largest shareholders in the innovative transport technology, and we have been receiving for 7 months ongoing monthly passive income from our crypto unit program. This, ladies and gentlemen, changed everything. The launch of our crypto unit program allows everyday people like us to tap into a global investment portfolio, profit from it, whilst you learn to develop your own. So, what is the new economic evolution of the world? It's our movement. Now, the 3 pillars are like a 3-legged stool. The first pillar is education. Now, obviously, the education system existing, schools, universities, movies, the system doesn't work, guys. It is slavery from birth to death, basically. The system uses that to extract your wealth from your pocket into theirs. Our education system fast tracks you to the wealth creation mindset. We can help develop business and investments to get people and money working for you. Unlimited, uncapped passive income and financial freedom is what's on offer. When people hear financial freedom, they have visions of mansions, Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts and private jets. It's really not. If you can learn how to generate enough passive income to cover your expenses existing, are you not financially free? Could you then work on business and investments to work on lifestyle after that? Freedom and choices, guys, are a lot closer than you think. As time goes by, the importance of the education will become more and more apparent. But for now, let's talk about co-ownership, the second pillar of NEEW. At this point, I'd like to introduce Andre Harato, our CEO. He is a professional investor, a self-made multi-millionaire, the creator of the Academy of a Private Investor, an education course teaching you how to become a professional investor, the founder of NEEW back in 2014 when we were on our innovative transport project, and he is also a finance and investments business coach. Now, Andre launched the Academy of a Private Investor back in 2011. We've been around for 9 years, guys. We are not a new company on the block. Let's have a look at our portfolio. This global investment portfolio was started back in 2014. Andre knew that at some point our innovative transport project would come to completion and we would need a project to move forward and promote. So he pulled $26,000 out of his own pocket and started an investment portfolio for us. They then utilised the strategies they teach and invested that money, and over the following 5 years turned that into $12 million, wrapped a security token offering around it and sent it into pre-launch March this year. August, it was worth $63 million, and October at Eventi, it was over $100 million in value. So let's have a brief look at it because we'll get into it in more depth later on. Real estate developments. We have just shy of 2 billion innovative transport shares, gold mines, 3 of them and counting. We trade in gold, US stock market shares, the Russian stock market, UG Pay, Genie Pay, banking license, and brokerage firms. We are going to have our own banking ecosystem, guys. We are in the movie industry. We have cash investments and reserves, and we have cryptocurrency holding, trading, and ATMs, just to name a few. This is an actual pie chart of our investment portfolio. So let's have a look at our crypto unit club and compare it to some other stuff on the market. Many of you would have heard of an ICO, an initial coin offering. Now, all you need for one of those is a coin on the blockchain, a white paper, a scratched up website, and a story. Now, the story could be, we're going to disrupt the banking industry by having unlimited international transactions for minimal fees 24 hours a day. Now, people go, wow, that sounds amazing. We're going to throw money at that in the hope that it reaches an exchange, the price spikes up significantly, they can sell their coin for extreme profit and solve all of their financial problems. Traditionally, now don't get me wrong, there are a couple of good ones, but a lot of unscrupulous people have launched ICOs, collected the money and run away with it, leaving people angry, out of pocket, burnt and gun shy to take further opportunity. Here's the point, guys. We are not an ICO. We are in the pre-launch of a security token offering. Security being the operative word. This indicates that there is an asset backing our token, and the asset in our case is the investment portfolio we just described. Now, we are still in the final stages of pre-launch, so the discounts we are getting on the packages right now will never be available again. We have the opportunity to accumulate a lot of these tokens right now and create some insane wealth. Who'd like some of that? Absolutely. Now, phase 2 is our global merchandising phase, where there'll be a staged rollout with some very exciting announcements coming out in the near future. The third phase is when we go to the exchanges fully SEC compliant. Sometime in the first quarter next year is the anticipated date. Now, once public launch happens, 65% of every dollar spent on new tokens released gets put back into our global investment portfolio, increasing its size significantly. We're talking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I mentioned before, we've been receiving loyalty bonuses every month since May and will continue to do so. And we have started to receive bonuses also on the growth of the portfolio as well. These bonuses will continue for decades/generations to come, as the portfolio was specifically designed to last for generations. They'll pull anywhere between 8 and 35% of the growth of the portfolio and pay it out to the token holders as a monthly bonus. So effectively, what we've got is an ongoing, increasing monthly passive income that will last for the rest of your life. You'll be willing this onto your children and them to theirs. Is that not what everybody's looking for? Now, for a moment, let's talk about the US dollar. Back in 1971, Richard Nixon temporarily removed the gold standard from the US dollar. At that point, it caused every currency around the world to become a fiat currency. It also allowed banks and governments around the world to conjure money up out of thin air, and they've been doing so in the trillions. Banks don't lend money, they create it. That's why it's so hard to get by these days, because the buying power of our dollar is being diluted by the minute. Now, just on a side note, if you've ever studied the history of money, every fiat currency in the history of time has returned to its intrinsic value of zero. Why will this be any different? If you're not prepared for what's about to happen in the near future, you could very well get wiped out. Now, back in the 1950s and 60s, you could actually exchange your money for gold. Gold is a brilliant store of value. Back in the Roman days, you could buy a chariot with a bar of gold, and today you could buy a car. Imagine if you had these 4 shiny bars of gold on your kitchen bench. Apart from going, yay, is there any way that you could produce 20 bars of gold of the same size without digging them up out of your back garden, buying them, or hijacking the golden goose? There isn't, is there? Because it's a finite amount of a precious metal. This is why banks and governments hate it, because they can't print it. Now, on the other side of the fence, our golden goose, our global investment portfolio, we literally can produce 20 bars of gold because we own 3 gold mines. Right? along with all of the other assets. Now, I hope you understand that our underlying asset is growing in value and not just price. Our portfolio has gone from 26,000 to 12 million to 40 million to 63 million to 100 million as of October this year. That portfolio is backing our token. That's a pretty strong uptrend in our portfolio. What do you think that's going to do to the price of our token when we move on to the public market? I know, right? So let's have a closer look at what's inside our portfolio. First of all, we have the venture capital segment, right? Obviously, we've got our first project in the innovative transport sector. We are major shareholders in that. We also have a new and exciting one, which I'm dying to share with you, the Basalt Technology. This excites me because I understand the magnitude of this. Basalt is a fibre that's derived from melting down volcanic rock. It's kind of like carbon fibre for those, non-techie people. We can actually make textiles out of it. We can make skins for cars, aeroplanes, all sorts of manufacturing applications, space technology, durable household furniture and so forth, 3D printing. But here's the one that really gets me excited, guys, because I'm an engineer. Every concrete structure around the world short of a garden path has concrete or steel reinforcement bars in it. Steel reinforcement is heavy, expensive, difficult to handle in the construction process, and it corrodes, deteriorating the concrete. Now, basalt, we can actually make reinforcement bars that are a fraction of the weight, a fraction of the price, that have stronger tensile strength and don't corrode. Every concrete structure going up around the planet can use our products. We are 50% owners in this, guys. This has the market potential of trillions. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we are also in the precious metals sector. We already have 3 gold mines, one of which is already producing. We also trade in gold. In fact, while we were in India at the leaders event, we actually saw with our own eyes the contracts for Ural Gold. We own 50%. We are also negotiating a 4th gold mine in Australia as we speak, and it won't end there. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we're also in the banking segment. We have investments in a holding company that owns a bank, i.e. we have access to a banking license. We also have brokerage firms. We've got one in the US, we've got one in Cyprus, which covers the US and Europe markets. We are negotiating more in both Singapore and India, which will allow us to buy and sell securities globally. UGPay is our online banking license. We are able to be a fully fledged online bank. GeniePay is a global payment solution, borderless. Right? CryptoMat is our ATMs. Now, these have the functionality, you can feed cash into them and buy cryptocurrencies, including ours. Also, you can actually feed cryptocurrencies in and pull cash out. We already have 4 installed in our new offices in Europe, and we have ambitions to spread 20, 30, 40,000 of these globally. Each machine can produce 500, 1,000 or more dollars profit per day per machine. Very exciting. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we are also in the stock markets around the world. The US stock market, the Russian stock market. We have many initial public offering deals, which we'll expand on shortly, and mutual funds. All right, many of these brands and companies you'll know. We are also in the cryptocurrency and blockchain arena. We have cryptocurrency holdings in several coins. We've obviously made investments into the STO market, and we have a little algorithmic trading program running in the background that's already making profit as a sideline, guys. Next, we have equity in the business arena. A couple of very exciting options here. Sushi Master is a Japanese cuisine franchise. We own 5% of the main company. They have about 230 stores currently, By April next year, they'll have about 300. From April 2020 to 2021, they expect to open 2,000 more stores. That will have a capitalisation of about $5 billion. We're 5% owners of that. Now, we already have two 50-50 franchises. Now, how that works is we front the money to get the store up and running. The profits from the store then pay back our investment 100% until it's paid off. Then we get 50% of the profit shared with Sushi Master who manage the store. I say rack them up all day long. We'll have hundreds of them, please. Right? We also have a 100% franchise that's opening in Belarus in the very near future. Very exciting. Now, Shikard is an online discount cashback you viewed everything shopping mall that will actually make a bucket load of money on, and it's going to be incorporated with our online banking ecosystem. Next, we are actually in the movie industry as well. In India, at the event, we met Dragon Man. Now, we saw the shorts of our movie. Seemed a bit corny for us, the Westerners, but the Asian market loves this stuff. From what was mentioned in the event, about $2.5 million was invested, and we have the potential to return $90 or $100 million if the movie takes off. By all indications, it absolutely will. We'll be making TV series and many more films, and actually we're moving into the Bollywood market as well. We're also in the real estate market. We've got land in Phuket, Thailand, and the Crimea on the Black Sea. Andre showed us on Google Maps where these plots of land are. We will be building resorts on these blocks of land. We'll be using the Marriott timeshare model to make ongoing monthly income from it. Very, very exciting. Now, we won't stop at just two. There will be many others. We are also in the gemstone market. We mechanically produce our own diamonds of such quality that you can barely tell. These are 1 carat diamonds, guys. We are acquiring the machinery to grow diamonds up to 10 carats in size. Now, the market potential of this is we can sell them to mining companies for diamond head drill bits, to jewelers to make jewelry, and or we can make our own jewelry with it as well. We will probably do all of the above. We are also in the IPO market. Now, Revolve is a LA-based fashion company, and CrowdStrike, an antivirus software for businesses. Now, we've already doubled our money in these two IPOs. Fiverr, many of you will know who they are. Chewy, this is who I thought it was, but in actual fact, it's an online pet store, large in America. Now, these guys wanted to go international, but they couldn't get the money required from the banks, so they came to us. Have you ever heard of the TV show Shark Tank, where people pitch their businesses and products looking for an investment in exchange for equity ownership in their company? We are like the sharks, guys. We get to pick and choose the best investments which suit our portfolio, both in capitalisation and ongoing revenue. Just a few others: Adaptive Technologies, Change Healthcare, The Real, Medallia, Health Catalyst, and Live On Go, just to name a few. There are heaps of others. Now, if you want to participate in this, guys, all you have to do is participate in the education, and you get co-ownership as a bonus. Now, the third pillar of the new economic evolution of the world is business. Now you don't have to embrace this pillar, but for those who do, your efforts will be compounded significantly. Business, in combination with the other two, has what's allowed me to go from the construction yard to freedom and choices, guys. And it's not just me. So many people around the world have changed their lives significantly by embracing all three pillars of NEEW. You can actually earn your financial freedom passively by acquiring enough education packages to accumulate a lot of tokens so you can sit back and wait. It'll just take some time. Or you can actually share this life-changing opportunity with others and earn real-time commissions and bonus tokens for doing so. Obviously, the more people you share this with and the more your team grows, the bigger that income will be. So let's share 3 secrets of the new economic evolution of the world. First, you can fast track your knowledge and mindset to that of the super wealthy. We can start removing the limiting beliefs that have been brainwashed into us from kindergarten. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard to make money. You know, all of those kind of beliefs, because it's an abundant world out there and you can actually tap into it. We can actually jumpstart your portfolio by tapping you into our crypto unit program, literally allowing you to earn while you learn to do it on your own. And you can also learn to compound your efforts significantly by helping others on their path to their freedom. We are actually helping people, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the 1, 2, 3 combination can only be found with the new economic evolution of the world. It's easy to get started, guys. Grab the link from the person who has invited you and fill it in. We have lots of news, training and support, so if you wish to share it with a couple of people here and there or build it like the real business it can be, we have the training and support needed. You can become a professional investor both inside and outside of NEEW, so we can create multiple massive passive income streams to generate some freedom in our lives and then in turn help others to reach theirs. So we can start doing what you love and follow your passion. We are also leaving a legacy for your family. The portfolio that you accumulate today will last for generations. Your name will be the one your family talks about into the future as the one that set this up all those years ago to allow them to have the lifestyle they've got. So on that ends the official part of the presentation. What we'll actually do is open it up for questions and answers.